Today on Barker's Random Projects, we're going to show you how to build your own glowing pumpkin decoration. These are the items you're going to need. We picked up all this stuff for about $10, and there are links in the description below if you want to build your own. First, we picked out our pumpkin bucket. Any color or face will work. Then we picked out a hat that would fit on top of the bucket. We picked a witch's hat for this one, but we've also used a straw hat or a baseball cap. Then you need to go get a light bulb. We used LED. You could also probably use a fluorescent, but we would definitely not recommend the incandescent light bulbs as they get a lot hotter and we don't want anything melting or any problems like that. Then you're going to need to get your outlet to socket adapter, an extension cord, and a block of some sort to help stabilize it. We just grabbed a sample block we had laying around from a local hardware store. Now we're ready to build it. Find the center line of your pumpkin face and follow it all the way to the back. That's going to be the center of our hole. We're going to make a few lines so that we can see where we need to cut. And this is so that we can open up the back and stick the extension cord through. So make sure your extension cord will fit without giving you any trouble. Once you verify that's a good fit, you can go ahead and grab your razor blade and we're going to cut this hole on those lines. Make sure when you're cutting that you pierce the pumpkin and don't try to slide across. It'll be a lot easier if you just kind of go in, pull it out, and then push it in again. Once you have your pumpkin cut, go ahead and pull that tab out. Be careful, the edges might be kind of sharp, especially on the corners. You're going to pull that open, and then you're going to thread the extension cord through the hole. Once you've threaded your cord through, we're ready to glue it. We're going to apply the glue to the side that has the two outlet holes, or on this particular plug, it actually has a cover. That way our light will be centered. We're going to use some hot glue, apply it liberally to the back. Once we have it all covered in the hot glue, we're going to place it onto our board for stability. We made sure that we placed it the long way so that we would get more stability out of it. Once you have it lined up, press it on there hard and wait for it to dry. Once we verified that the board fit how we wanted it to in the pumpkin, it was time to plug in our converter. Once we got that plugged in, screw in the light bulb. Then we place it back in the bucket and see how it works. Now that we've verified that everything's working correctly, it's time to put our hat on. And that's going to help us contain that light. If you notice, it glows a lot from the top and the hat really helps contain that and give it a finished look. The witch's hat that we got came with some hair on it. We didn't really like that, so we decided we were going to cut it off, and we left it in the package to help us get it off there a little more easily. Now that we have all that hair off, we're ready to glue our hat on. We're going to start by crushing the barb so that we can pull this handle out, and that'll make it a little easier for us to glue. You don't have to do this step, but we thought it was helpful. We've also done other types of hats. For a baseball cap, for instance, we just threaded that underneath the handle. That would help keep it from blowing away. We're going to be gluing this one down because it's particularly light and we don't want it to blow off in a windy day. And we've also done like a straw hat, and that one was heavy enough we were able to just set it on top of the pumpkin, and we haven't had any problems with it so far. Now we're ready to line up our hat. We're going to place it on top of the pumpkin and then grab the part of the handle where we want it to sit. Once we have that located, we're going to use some hot glue to position it in place. Once our hot glue is dried on the first side, we're going to put it down, make sure we've got everything positioned how we want it. And then we are going to grab the other side and glue it as well. Alright, now that we have both sides glued on there, we're going to reshape our barb again so that this way we'll be able to push it through and it should stay inside the pumpkin and hold our hat on with it. Alright, now your pumpkin is all finished and ready for display. We've set our pumpkin next to the other one we made with the straw hat. And if you look closely in the background, you can see our next upcoming project. It's an automatic candy dispenser. Kids come up to the door, push a button, pops out some candy for them. And you don't have to worry about the greedy kids taking all the candy out of your bowl next time you're not home. So I can, no, what I'm asking. Let it flatter so I can see its contour. No.